Leamons, welcome back to yet another video of mine. So today, from the title and as I mentioned in my community post, I will be telling scary Animal Jam stories from you guys, actually. If any of you did happen to see my community post and dropped a comment, then your story theoretically could be on here. I obviously didn't choose all of them because the video could be way too long then, and some of the stories are very long, and I didn't discount any short stories, but I also didn't discount any long stories either. I kind of just chose randomly, I just wanted to be fair, but if I noticed that there were some more scary than others, obviously because I want the most scary ones, I chose those, but I did kind of choose a mix of them just to be fair and just kind of for like the variety of the stories. I don't really know, but anyways, we will be telling your stories that some of my subscribers said in my community post. Just because on Animal Jam, I love rehashing scary stories. I love it. I did it last year, but I don't have any really scary stories. The only one I can really count is when it was like 3 in the morning and that really loud alarm siren came on when your game's like gonna crash or overheat. I made a video on that. I called it the creepiest glitch in Animal Jam. Some of you might have watched that. It actually got a lot of views. Thank you. I did not expect that one to blow up. I guess it is creepy. Like, it's the creepy kind of season, so I guess maybe adding the word creepy really helped. I have no clue, but anyways, today will be another sort of scary video. Let's honestly just jump right into it. I'm Leamonpuppy, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started with the video. Alright, so the first story we have from Foxfa. It was a normal evening, the time where I usually log on AJ. I did some ordinary things, traded, went to random places, and talked to other jammers. I leave usually my den open for everyone, and it was normal for me to see people go in and out of my den. That day, I saw one jammer was staying in my den for an unusual long amount of period of time, so it piqued my interest and I went inside my den. At that time, I had Pegasus den set as my main den, so I went in there at first and didn't see anything out of the unusual. Then, I saw a bunch of den items placed that I knew for a fact didn't place them. Some items were floating on air, just hanging from the cliff, and some were clustered together. It looked like a mess. The jammer that I saw only for a split second was a guest jammer. They were a blue wolf with some ordinary clothing on. I don't remember much as to how they looked. They left after I came in my den, so I was left alone in my chaotic den. I was really confused and a bit scared as to why this all happened, and I assumed that the wolf was behind it all, but I didn't stress myself even more, and I just brushed it off. I went onto the den editing and cleared some items off. I got discouraged after cleaning it up for a while and decided to finish up tomorrow. As I logged back on the next day, I went straight to my den and the mess was gone, left without a trace as if it never happened. Everything was back to normal and I was relieved. Safe to say is that I never happened again and I never saw that blue wolf ever appear in my den again. Alright, so I'd say it's pretty creepy, like, not just the jammer being in there, but also just like that, like your den being like not like you decorated it at all. It could have been a glitch, but it's also weird that there was just a jammer in there and then they left and that's when it happened. It just seems kind of creepy, like probably was a glitch, but you could take it in another way. Just the fact that there was a weird jammer in there, especially because they're guest jammers. There's some creepiness about guest jammers. If you're a guest jammer, I'm just saying that. It's just like, in all the stories on Animal Jam, a lot of the people who were guest jammers are like, they were especially like the wolves on Animal Jam. I don't know, like F-Man, for example, like it's always like that, I swear. The next one is by Arctic Fox's AJ. This isn't really an AJ Play Wild story, but this happened on AJ Classic 2 years ago. So, in the summer of AJ Classic 2019, I was a party goer. I just like going to parties and seeing crazy AJ adventures and experiences I could get into. But then, I saw a jammer with the username something like Daniel, with a bunch of numbers after it. He kept doing hard eyes. Strange enough, the other jammers didn't mind. I was grossed out by that bunny, so I blocked him and left that party. But then a day or two later, I saw the bunny again. I clicked on his user, seeing if he was still blocked, but he wasn't. And I blocked him last time, so I told the bunny that he was gross and blocked and reported him again. I kept seeing this bunny a lot during my time at the parties. He was unblocked every time I saw him, and when I tried to block him, it wouldn't say he was blocked. I was freaked out and started developing a theory that he might actually be a hacker that go into my account, search himself up, and then unblock me. I was really freaked out, so I started to stop going to parties. Months later, I started going to parties again, and that rabbit was gone. I was relieved, but concerned. I think he got banned or something, and that is my creepy story. It's real and kind of concerning to me to this day. Alright, so yeah, that's another weird story, especially the fact that you kept seeing him every time you went to a party, and that you blocked him, and then he was just unblocked. I find that the most creepy. Like, I'm sure, I don't know if he was actually hacking into your account and stuff. I'm not, maybe. Like, who's to say, right? Again, these are creepy stories, and nothing's right or wrong. You don't know what happened, but either way, the fact you saw him all the time and he was randomly unblocked every time, even though you blocked him, that, I gotta say, that's pretty creepy. So, good story right there. Alright, the next story is from Lokia. Sorry, I really hope that I'm pronouncing your usernames right. A lot of Animal Jam usernames can be hard. I mean, Leamonpuppy, sometimes Leamonpuppy, you know, mine's not exactly the most easiest. It's easy, but, you know, a lot of people call me Leamonpuppy, so. I was excited to get on AJ, taking a break from being busy for the moment. I had just gotten a default Archer hat and the highest Firefly friend, and I was excited. I had been playing for 3+ years and had some decent rares by now. The new stuff I had alongside Forest, Lowest Curls, Lit Scarf, loads of exotics, and some DNA. I was super excited to wear my Archer hat. I love this stuff so much, and logged in. It said, "Your season has expired. Please re-enter your password." I started to panic. That only happened when I logged in on another device. Very nervous, I put my password and logged in. I started to freak out completely. I checked my inventory, and you guessed it, I had gone hacked. Aw, that's really scary. Like, it's scary in a way, it's like stressful. Like, if that happened to me that whole time, I'd be so scared, so stressed. I totally understand. I wouldn't say it's like a creepy, like, oh my god, what happened? Like, you know you got hacked. But it's also just like, in the moment, you're freaking out. The next one's by Frogland AJ. So back in 2019, early 2020, I was in the pillow room looking for something to do. When I get a trade from someone randomly, I accept, and the person, whom was a he, called me cute. I was a bit inexperienced at AJ in the time, and I cancelled and went to my den. I saw that same wolf asking me, "Do you want to ate?" Which obviously means date. He started spamming blush and love emotes in between the words. I was confused on what to do, and I said no, not knowing I could lock my den. So I blocked him, and usually if you block someone, they can't trade you or buddy you, but somehow he could trade me. I got a buddy request from him, but I deleted it and logged off. At that point, I was scared. I wanted to quit, but then after a couple of days, I went back, knowing I can lock, turn off trades and other stuff. Honestly, it still scares me to this day that someone randomly did this to me. It's disgusting that there are people out there that try to date minors on a kid's game. Alright, this is kind of creepy. I mean, I'd assume if you blocked him that he wouldn't be able to trade you or, like, send you buddy requests, so that's kind of just weird in my opinion. Like, that's weird and kind of creepy that he was able to do that. And, yeah, I totally agree with you at the end. Like, it's just kind of gross that there's older jammers on this game that try to prey on minors. I totally agree with that. It's just nasty. So it's creepy, but it's also creepy in another way. Like, get out of here, you know? Here's another one by Panda Lover Paw. In 2018, not too long ago, when I casually was walking through Jamal Township, I saw a jammer in a solid black outfit with red eyes. Classic hacker vibes. They kept spamming bubble chat. I saw his name tag. It said guest jammer. I blinked my eyes only like 3 times, and when I saw it again, he was a member. Level 36. I could tell because he was now in a pack, and at the time, only members could. I was horrified and so confused. He stopped spamming bubble chat at this moment and started spamming D1E, which is die. I was so surprised AJ let him say that. I was horrified. Seconds later, I got spammed with buddy requests from him. When I finally had enough, I accepted. He sent me a jag that said, "Hello, Gabby." No, my name is not Gabby, but he kept spamming it. I unbuddied him and turned off buddy requests. I don't know how, if this is a glitch or not, but I hate thinking about it. Alright, so it seems like he's totally like a guest jammer or a new jammer and like low leveled, but it seems like somehow he's glitched to a high level and he was being creepy too, so that doesn't make it any better. I mean, sometimes when you see a guest jammer just like being stupid, being like, "Oh, I love you," it's like, it's kind of expected because they're just memeing because they're a guest jammer, they don't care about their account. But when you see someone such a high level in status, it's almost weird. It's like, that's weird. Like, they're playing Animal Jam a lot and they're doing that, you know, you gotta wonder about them. But yeah, it just seems like some weird glitch. Honestly, that's a pretty weird story. It's like kind of creepy too. It's like, how did that happen, you know? Okay, here's one by Corgi AJ. A little shorter, but still wanted to include. So one time I was just super bored and wanted to play Animal Jam, right? So I logged on Jamal Township and literally no one was there. So it was pretty unusual, but not that unusual. So then I went to Coral Canyons and no one was there. So I went to every different land and no one was there. So it was pretty weird. And so I just thought this was kind of a creepy story. Like, it's a little shorter than the rest, but I included it because, I don't know, someone even replied to it because it's, like, kind of weird. Like, I don't know, I guess it happened to someone else. That is just weird. Like, you go to a land and it's dead. Like, you think when you log on, you usually log on with a bunch of people, but you're the only one. And I have to assume that they weren't just, like, late to an update, but if they were, that could be the case. But otherwise, that's weird, and especially the fact that they tried to go to a different land and it was still dead silent. But then someone also replied to them saying it happened to them, so maybe it's just like a glitch that happens sometimes. Never happened to me, so I mean, it must be rare, but definitely weird. Alright, the next one is from Chris. Okay, so I was looking up AJ for nostalgia and found your channel. I quit Animal Jam before mid-2020, but I have a semi-scary story. Okay, this is interesting. So this is like someone that doesn't really play, but has a story that's kind of scary from a while ago. This took place 2 years ago. I first joined 2016. I was 7. LOL. I was at my grandma's house, and I was role-playing a family story. Cringe, I know. And all of a sudden, a random jammer is in my den. I had friended all the people I was role-playing with, and I made my den only accessible to people I was friends with. B2I, I was 9. It was December 2018, and I politely asked them to leave my den, and they kept repeating in all caps, "No one is here, help." And it was super creepy. I blocked them, but I could still see what they were saying. "I'm hiding, I hear the thing." At this point, everyone was confused or leaving out of fear. I completely locked my den so I could be the only one in it, and they still weren't gone. But all the people I was roleplaying with were gone. I got out of the app and I was super scared, and when I went back to my den, they were gone. Super creepy. They were a bunny with black fur and a yellow star patterns on their fur. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else of their user. It scared me so bad that at the point I had nightmares. I wasn't even double digits yet, so I was still little, and that's what scared me. All right, for sure. Yeah, honestly, especially if you're super young when that happens, that's genuinely a really creepy story. Like, out of all these stories, that one's like probably like pretty creepy. I don't know why. Just like the stuff they're saying is pretty freaky, especially if you're really young too. Like, I mean, that's gotta hit a little more creepier than the rest, right? Like, obviously, when the siren glitch happened to me, I was like maybe 13 or something. Like, not that bad where I'd be too scared, but still a little scary. Anyways, next story is by Bree member AJ. This actually happened to me on AJPC around February this year. Basically, I was normally trading in Jammu Township when I saw someone at my den. I went in it, they asked me if I wanted to help them make a video, and they even said they would pay me a black long spiked collar. Of course, I agreed, and so they told me to go to the channel Narrow AJ and click on the link on their channel description to change my Animal Jam language to Spanish. Obviously, I should have been more aware of what I did, but I clicked the link and my Animal Jam started glitching. Items in my den were disappearing, and I suddenly got logged out. So pretty much, I got hacked, and I wasn't able to log into my account for a few days. That's a very interesting hacking story. I feel like that's the fact that they made you go to their channel and made you click on a link in their description. I feel like there's, like, don't worry about that, because I feel like there's a lot of people that would definitely fall for that. Like, I honestly maybe would even fall for that. I don't know about now after hearing that story, but, like, I don't know. It's possible that even I could fall for that. Like, I'm just saying, because, like, I'm pretty, like, I don't know, like, I'm pretty cautious, but, like, something like that, you don't think about someone doing that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, you think about maybe them hacking something, that's not even Animal Jam, that's YouTube. Like, you wouldn't expect it, but I don't know, maybe there's a way. That's just creepy, yeah. Here's one from Marvel Lover. This was back when I didn't really know what being rare was. I was just either talking to my friends, decorating my den, playing games, etc. I got on, I went to decorate my den, but it had items all over it. It was organized. Like, it was probably supposed to be in a restaurant. The thing is, I didn't decorate it like that. My den is supposed to be cleared, and it just had all these items around. And when I clicked decorate den, it said that my member items are still there. But how? I was never a member before. I never had any member items, and if so, I could not put them on or in my den. I also had some new stuff in my inventory, like a tortoise fountain, some tables, candles, but I never bought any of these items. To this day, I don't know how that happened. Alright, this is a very interesting story. At first, when you said the thing about the member thing, I was like, oh yeah, but they don't go away if you lose membership. But then they got to the part when they're like, I've never been a member. And I was like, okay, this is scary. They've never been a member before, and all of a sudden they have member items. Okay, that's weird. And they said that, like, I don't know, they would probably mention if they got it from trade. I don't think they did. And they said they had other items, and then, like, they just had them. Like, they got, like, new items, like the tortoise fountain and stuff. I feel like that's creepy, and it was just, like, decorated normally. Like, it's not just... The way they said it was like, they said it was organized, so it was like a fresh den, like a nicely decorated den. Like, did someone go on their account and do that? Like, just decorate their den? That's very interesting and weird. Anyways, this is the last story because this video is getting very long. I actually had more stories to share, but I can tell this video is getting very long, so I'm just gonna end it with this one. This one is by Cheer Up Vomit. AJ Play Wild Veterinarian here. Since my years playing, I've seen some weird things, bro. Probably the weirdest is when a jammer had the dialect and tone of an 8-year-old, to be honest, started to trade me. Their avatar consists of one animal, no pets. Their monkey was a dark orange-brown with the one neon blue. You know that one. The eyes were weird too, and it was the horizontal split people, and it was dark red. Jammer had no items on and started to talk. Hello, go ahead and offer. I waited for some sort of response, and they started to pull out these items that were way unfair, the beginner items. And so, I commented on them being unfair. Jammer started to get angry and make sad faces in the chat and basically act like a beggar. I don't know if that jammer did something to my game or tablet, but then it started to make this almost flashing sound, like a radar or something, but it was weird. After a while, my game crashed and my account was alright, but my animal's eyes had now changed to the dark red horizontal split pupils I saw in the jammer. Slowly, my character changed to the colors and eventually shapeshifted into the exact look as the jammer. Okay, that's weird. I don't know, when I saw this story, I just, right away I noticed that AJ Play Wild Veterinarian here, and I was like, yo, okay, they've been playing for a while, I don't know, it just sounded really funny, so I definitely took this story to account. They had some words in there that I didn't actually say out loud, because I don't swear, but a very good story though, honestly, very creepy story. They say flashing sound, so I have to assume it's a different sound from, like, the common one that we all know. I mean, maybe it was the same sound, like the siren sound, but I don't know, flashing sound seems different. And also the fact that they changed to look exactly like the person they were trading, the creepy person that were, like, trading unfair for them, that is so creepy. I don't even know what to say to that. That's just so creepy. Like, I don't know, like, I'm pretty, yeah, AJ Play Wild. Okay, I don't know why, but when I was reading the story, I envisioned it on Classic, but it is a Play Wild story, but oh my god, that's a weird story. But yeah, anyways, so those are all the really creepy stories. Definitely comment down below which story to you was the most scary, and if you have any stories for yourself, feel free to comment and share them. I'd love to read them. I'm sure other people would love to go in the comment section and read them. Always good to just leave a comment. I mean, who doesn't want to share a creepy story if they have one, right? And it's possible that you missed my community post, and yeah, you can share them that way. And yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how this video will do. I mean, the last one seemed to do really well, but you know, every video is different, so who knows. But I just like making these videos. It's just fun to hear all these stories and get to read them to you, and you guys also like them, so that's kind of why I did it. But yeah, that's basically it for the end of the video. I don't really have much else to say. Halloween's not yet, but it's coming soon, so I hope you guys do have a really great Halloween. If I don't make a video like related to Halloween after this one, I have no clue what's gonna happen with my video schedule. It's kind of just random, like whenever I have the time I'll make a video kind of thing, whenever I get inspiration of an idea. That's kind of what I do, but who knows. But happy Halloween. Hope you guys have a spooky time and spooky season or whatever. Yeah, that's all I had to say. It's been Leamonpuppy. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time.